Since I've been on YouTube, I think I maybe did 3 or 4 videos where I've talked about Rodney King. And finding out that he died this morning on Father's Day, I was just wow. And I'm not sure if I think he has a daughter or something. I'm not sure. I always get that part mixed up. But if he doesn't have kids, you know, it's still tragic on Father's Day, that kind of thing. But I was just watching MSNBC, and every time a black person dies, Lord forbid they had any troubles or any disputes with anybody, it's going to be highlighted. I remember this happened when Lisa Left Eye had died when she was in, I think, Honduras. And the first thing they kept going back was to her and Andre Rison when the house caught on fire and other troubles that she had. They just can't let a black person rest in peace. Alex Witt had brought up the fact that Rodney King was arrested 11 times in 20 years. Did anybody ever think that when he was beat, he was traumatized? Number one. Number two, he had a target on his back. How we didn't know that the police departments wasn't going out there saying that, you know what, this nigga took some of our own to jail. All this damage, all this stuff happened. We got people watching us. We're going to make an example out of him. What kind of pressure do you think that happened? I mean, it's bad enough as black men, we got pressure every day. But you got the whole world watching actually the country at that point. He basically faded off into obscurity. You see him now on a TV show. He was on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew because he had developed a drug habit. And I'm surprised the man survived as long as he did. He almost lived to be 50 years old. I mean, 47 is young. But when you think about how he was treated, how he was mocked, I mean, everybody's making a joke. Can we all just get along? Remember Living Color? That's one of the reasons why I stopped really following the Wayans family. But this morning, first they brought, well, he got arrested 11 times. He was in trouble. Why not just say the man, let him rest in peace, Rodney King died. He was writing a book. He was just on MSNBC. Why don't they do that? When white folks do the most heinous and evil of things, they don't do that. Here it is. When they talk about George Washington, they talk about he was a slave owner and he had children with slaves. Nope. He's our founding father. When they talk about President Kennedy, they bring up about Monroe, but they still try to say it was Camelot. It was a time of idealness. He was saying we're going to go to the moon. When they talk about Dr. King, he was a philanderer. He cheated on Coretta. We don't have no proof to this day. It's never been shown, but they've said it. Whitney Houston died. Didn't Nancy Grace come out and say she must have been murdered? Why? And then you had I forget who it was that said why? Who was it? Rosie O'Donnell. Somebody should have stepped in. I mean, when we die, there's no respect. Michael Jackson passed. They showed his body on a fucking gurney with the tubes hanging out. They showed the man's naked body. Gary Coleman, the woman that white woman he was messing with, she took a picture and sold his picture, him with tubes in his mouth, to the National Enquirer. Whitney Houston in a coffin, picture was sold to the Enquirer. When black children, black men, black women are murdered or harm has happened to them in our community, news cameras put the camera in the face. They want to get the mother slobbing, oh my baby. They want to question if the father's around. But when white folk die, we respect their privacy. Donations be sent to this address. I don't give a fuck whether the man was arrested 11 times. What I give a fuck is that they beat that man to beat him down so bad that he could have died from his injuries. We don't know if he had traumatic brain injury by being beat the way he was. Everybody's made a joke and made money off this stuff, and they label the Rodney King riots. No, the Los Angeles white riots or the opportunistic rioters. 20 years of this man's life has been lived in the fishbowl. Don't you think that he deserves some respect now that he's gone? And of all days, Father's Day, what if this man has children? What do they think that, hey, my dad is gone? He didn't get any respect in life. Here it is, the 20th anniversary went by. Some people talked about it, other people didn't talk about it because they didn't want to be reminded that this country is still racist because the stuff that happened in 91, happened in 2001, happened in 2011, it's happened in 2012. Now, as I said in my other video, considering that black men are being found dead all around this country at an exponential rate, I would do some investigation. How we don't know that somebody did something to him? Now, he could have ever had a heart attack, could have had a spasm and went down and drowned, or somebody could have hit him in the head or anything. I mean, I hate to play conspiracy theories, but every time I hear a black person dying, I got to question it. Especially given the climate with these stand your ground laws and these crooked ass police is running around here. But they bring up his bring up about him being arrested. What the fuck that had to do with him dying? How many times have white actors or white people who are famous have died and they've done this shit? When Geraldine Ferraro passed, what was it, a couple of years back, I didn't hear nobody bring up about her racist statements towards black people or black men or toward Mr. Obama. She was a trailblazer. Come on, man. We don't even get respect in fucking death. Here it is. People are still making jokes about Sammy Davis Jr. Jokes about Michael Jackson. Jokes about Don Cornelius, Whitney Houston. I can go on forever with this. At some point, we need to start calling this shit out. He has family. He has friends. He was a human being just like everybody else. But we do this all the time. Here it is, when white folks die, they got candlelight visuals. People don't even know them. Oh, God. Remember when that Gabby Giffords and all of them was shot last year? The nation in mourning. Bullshit, I wasn't in mourning. People die every day in our community. People die every day in this country. I don't see people like, we have a moment of prayer. We got to respect their sacrifice. Sacrifice what? They was at a supermarket signing autographs. But if I went out there and people start saying this, oh my gosh, Harvey, you're so mean. But aren't they mean too when they bring up somebody's past? They have no bearing on what happened to them. Because the first thing you trying to say, that nigga must have done something. He probably was on them drugs, or he probably crossed somebody. Watch how the hateful remarks going to be out here on these different websites. Go to Huffington Post. Go to Stormfront. Go on YouTube. Watch this going to happen. Rest in peace, Mr. King.